Minimap jungle timers. Okay, so here we go. Game info tracking improvements. This is one thing that affects literally everybody. League's been around for a while now, and while that has come a thriving app ecosystem, with that has come a thriving app ecosystem. Cheats, basically, guys. Cheats. This shit is just, you know, jungle camp timing tracking it's bullshit. So these provide a lot of value to folks who download them by helping players find builds and runes, showing them performance info, scouting your team or opponents, or in-game features like jungle timers, summoner spell tracking, and more. And this is where it becomes cheating, and I totally agree with Riot's response to this. Over time, we've seen your feedback around how some of these features don't feel fair when only some players have access to them, and we agree. Competitive integrity of League is critically important to us, and we want to preserve it. We've heard how useful some of these features have been to many of you. In order to get the best of both worlds, we'll be updating our third-party app policy and restricting certain features from being allowed, while also building other features into the game so all players have fair access to them. And yeah, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful thing. And I already said this before, but this is probably going to turn into a YouTube video, so I'm going to say it again. I don't want the difference between and it's not even true that it is not the case that a top 10 player, a top 10 challenger player, the main difference between them is that they track summoners and jungle camps better than like a Masters player. It's possible, right? It's definitely possible that is something that like the top players do, especially pros do, but I don't want that to be the case. I would way rather you be higher ranked than someone else, not because you have all of this like fucking like memorization knowledge, like piecing together the puzzles of who flashed and ulted and what those CDs are like in the game and when the camps respawn. I wouldn't want that to be the case. I would way rather somebody be higher ranked than another player because they're better mechanically, they make better decisions, and their overall game sense and play is better, as opposed to this sort of like tedious task that no one wants to do, which is timing sums. And for jungle specifically, I would say that people have gotten so used to, it's been like fucking over 5 years. It's probably been closer to 10 years of these apps tracking your jungle camp timers. At this point, it's become second nature for so many players to have this. And I agree with their response to this, which is just, well, timing camps in your head shouldn't really be the deciding factor between who's jungling better. It should be the way that they're playing, like individually, mechanically, the decisions they're making, the trade-offs that they're making between the camps. So I like this a lot, and I think that it's a step in the right direction. It also, you know, people are going to say this too, it also makes the game more accessible. It makes the game easier and to understand. It makes the game a little bit more simple, but not in a way that takes away the skill of the game, in my opinion. I don't think the game is now all of a sudden easy mode. Jungling is just easy mode now that you have these camps showing up. Because at the end of the day, you could have just added an app before to do it for you anyways, but I think for a new player, this is going to be way nicer of an experience. Minimap jungle timers. Yeah, minimap timers are one of the most commonly used third-party features, so we decided to take a hard look. In order to keep the default minimap clean and readable for all players, we've got some options for you: basic and advanced. Basic provides full timers for epic camps, but uses current hourglass icons for other camps. However, when you press tab, you'll see timers for all camps. Advanced view simply displays timers for all camps. Okay. Our hope with this change is you'll spend more headspace checking lanes, pathing with intent, and planning ahead for the next major objective instead of tracking camp respawns. Well put. Very well put. I like the way that they articulated that, because I fully agree. I mean, I'm not the most experienced with jungle, but so far, I think that's the most unfun, one of the most unfun parts of jungle. And it's extremely nerdy, and only a really small percentage of people truly understood it. And you're going to say like, oh, like how could you jungle at like a Diamond Masters level without knowing your camps respawn at 2:15 and crab spawns at 2:30? I got to Masters and I did not know how long it took for a camp to respawn. I got to Masters. I'm sure there are many, many other players that had no idea crab spawns. Crab is a 2:30 respawn and jungle camps are a 2:15 respawn. It's just like, it's just, I didn't like it. I didn't like that was like a barrier to entry. Why make it an option? I think it's because the game looks uglier when it's like this. these numbers on your minimap look stupid as hell. And I think for majority of players, not only does it look stupid as hell, they're not even going to do anything with this info. You really think like your average player, you know, the guys who play ARAM after a long day of work and stuff, like when they load into Summoner's Rift and shit, like these numbers are going to help them in any way? I would way rather them just have a nicer looking game, personally. I want their minimap to look more aesthetic.